Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video. This is layout 2 for the Ackworth Historic Homes Tour. So you guys, I think, already saw the first one. And this is layout 2. So I'm documenting a couple more of the locations we saw when we were going around our hometown's historic tour. And this is the page that has that really cool old jail I was talking about on the first one, as well as some of our favorite places to stop whenever we're downtown. So we really love to stop at this old house called the Serendipity House. It was originally an actual house, but now it's just a really cute little shop, and we love stopping there whenever we're in the area. And then there's kind of a newer place that took up the residences of one of the old buildings on the strip. It's called The Fountain, and it's a really cute little bar, and they always have like specialty drinks, and they change out the menu like very, very frequently. Every time I go in, they have a completely new menu, so it's really fun to try different kind of fancy drinks and cocktails. So we really like to stop there when we're in the area. So I just wanted to document another segment of this day when me and my mom were exploring. Because I have 3 photos that are 4x6s, I am just going to line them up in a photo strip and have them run vertically down the page. And because I have kind of this frame from this wood grain from where I gutted the center portion for Stretch the Sketch that you'll see Sunday, I wanted to go ahead and use the frame section on another layout. So you're seeing it here, and because I have the frame section, I went ahead and gutted the middle chunk of this orangey brown chevron, which then left over another frame that you'll see on a future layout. But I'm just trying to use the scraps in the way that they are and be strategic about it. Even here, you can see I have my kind of center portion of the page, but because I have this strip of photos, it's going to cover up a bunch of it. I'm still going to gut a chunk of that as well. So I'm just going to salvage this piece I just saved for another layout as well. And I'm going to reline these up and glue them down so that once my photo strip is down, you won't really be able to tell any paper is missing. I am planning on there being paper scraps kind of coming to the left and right of the photo strip. So you will see a little bit of a gap here, but I'm not worried about it because I know I'm going to be adding some more paper. So this is the foundation for this layout. Sorry, my voice is still a little funny. I'm getting over being sick again. So I apologize for that. But I am going to go in with some scraps of white. I'm using this notebook edge punch to kind of create some detail that's going to run up the left-hand side. And then I'm just going to use a torn piece of this white paper that I'm going to ink in brown to come out of the right side. That way there's just a little bit of interest on either side of the photos, an extra layer, and they're each kind of different. And then I'm going to do what I typically like to do with layouts like this. And I'm going to have kind of a bigger cluster coming out to the lower right hand side of the page, and then a smaller cluster on the opposite side in the upper left hand corner. So I'm just going to get all of these scraps down so I can glue down my photos, and then I pretty much just get to play around with embellishment. And you can see to the left there I still have quite a bit. I definitely want to get at least 2 animals on here. I want to get a couple more of the random like tea time type ephemera used up. And I definitely want to use up some more of the circle stickers because I've been ignoring those all month long. So excuse me, I'm going to get this portion down and then I can start playing around with ephemera. I just want to pick from a little bit of everything that I have. I want to get some more word stickers on here, a couple more of the 49 Market layering bits, and several of these florals if possible because I have a lot up there to play with. So I'm thinking I really want to try and use up both of these larger florals with kind of that pinky purple blossom. The purple is really drawing my eye negatively in this collection because there's not a whole lot of that color in it. But with this Serendipity house in the lower left hand, or the lowest photo, it has that purple trim on it. So I figured it'd be a good opportunity to get those flowers used up. So I'm going to layer them together to create the base for this one cluster. And then I'm just planning on covering up some of the purple so it's not so much with some other ephemera. So I'm going to pull in a banner, one of the deer, the upper left hand corner I'm pulling in a couple other florally bits to play off of the floral in the big cluster. So that's going to be the base for that one. And then I think I'll end up pulling a bird into the upper left-hand corner. So I'll have the deer and the bird. And I like that because both the animals are looking towards the photo. And I really like that kind of directional feel. And now I'm going through some of the 49 Market stuff to see what I want to layer up. I'm thinking about using a couple of these tickets, but I have so much room over there and I kind of want a little bit of space to journal that I end up swapping out one of those tickets for this larger kind of library card. And that fills up a little bit more space, and it also gives me a little spot to journal. I don't want to write too much, but I do just want to have the location of each of these photos. So that's really all the room I need. Adding another ticket, another floral, and then I think I'll go through and pull in a couple of the tea time ephemera too, but I'm not sure if I do that just yet. Still looking for stuff to layer with. I kind of want a ticket in the upper corner too, so I just pulled in that ticket there. And I'm liking how both of this is looking. I'm just trying to pull in kind of some of the stuff that's been more difficult for me to use. I want to try to incorporate and sneak in all these layouts. But I'm happy with what I have so far, so I'm going to go ahead and start inking and gluing down some of the back layers. So I'm going to glue down this library card, this little ticket. I do want to pull in some embroidery floss to do bundles in both of these clusters, but I'm not sure at what point I do that. I'm really just trying to work my way back forwards with all these layers because I'm liking how it's looking. I don't want to go too much farther without sticking stuff down. But you can see how I stuck both of those together to create that base floral cluster. And I'm just going to stick it right back where I had it. And I'm really happy I got those two big floral clusters used up because I didn't want those left over at the end of the month. Got my deer and my little floral cluster. I am going to pop the deer up on some foam, so that will have a little bit of dimension. And the little bird in the upper left-hand corner will have some dimension as well. I did forget to ink a couple of these things as I was just playing around with the placement. So now that I'm going back and sticking everything down, I'm trying to remember to ink as I go. So I got the banner inked, and now I'm playing around with one of the embroidery floss bundles. This is where I'm going to go ahead and put the foam backing on the deer, so there's a little bit of dimension. And I love this dimensional foam. I got it at, I think it was Hobby Lobby, and it was like half off for a whole big roll. And I really like it because it's so sticky that when I lay it on top of these thread bundles, I really feel like everything's secure. And even though those bundles kind of look willy-nilly and not very secure, the pieces that go in underneath the deer and are stuck by the adhesive, I know are not moving, which is nice. So now I'm doing the similar treatment in the upper corner with the bird. Forgot to ink that as well. So now that I'm committing, I'm going to go ahead and ink it and add some foam to this too. And then I'll do my thread bundle. I'm really happy with how the clusters are looking at this point, but as I look to all my stuff that's left over to the left there, I'm really trying to use some of the more difficult stuff. So you'll see me go back and pull in a couple random bits that I probably wouldn't have used on this page if it weren't How to Kill a Kit with Style, but I think including them add a really fun, whimsical touch, even though they're kind of random with the spoon and the tea bag. I think it just goes. The Serendipity house, it was built in like 1880s, and sometimes they'll do high tea. I've always wanted to go and do high tea at the Serendipity house with my mom and sister. So I think using the tea embellishments on a page of the Serendipity house is actually on theme, even though it may seem random. So I'm making sure I get them on here regardless. Still playing with a couple bits that I'm adding foam on. I did want to include a couple of those circle stickers, so I'm just adding those to the cluster on the right, kind of filling in some of that extra open chevron area. So I am popping both of those up on some foam, as well as a butterfly that I will add another thread bundle to. But I just wanted a little bit of some interest kind of bubbling up from the big cluster. So I like both of those pieces, and I'm glad I got another butterfly used up because there's a lot of butterflies between this collection and the 49 Market that I pulled in. There's tons of butterflies and I love it. So I don't think I've going for the butterfly just yet. I do want to make sure I get some of these word stickers used up. And with the different pink elements that are in the florals and the bird, I thought using some of the pink word stickers would be nice. So I do go in with 2 stickers. One says always there, and the other one says for you. So I wanted to use those together by the deer. And then this is where I go in with the tea bag and the spoon. So I'm just going to tuck those into the clusters, and I think they're really cute. So I'm just going to get those stuck down. But I like those little extra random bits. I think they're really cute. And eventually when we get to go do high tea at the Serendipity house, I'll be able to actually do a tea page, which would be really nice. Both of these word stickers are also going to have foam, so they're going to be kind of next to the deer. So they'll have the same dimension as the deer, but they'll kind of be separated from all this background clustering I have going on. So I like that it's popped up a little bit. And again, I'm inking those too. But I think my clusters are almost done. I do go in and add the butterfly and the thread bundle above those 2 circle stickers, but I do want to make sure I do some journaling at some point. So I'll get to that eventually. I do have this little booklet here that was our ticket to go on the historic homes tour. And it was nice because it had a little page for each of the locations with all of the history. So even though there were people in all of these locations that could give us a history and we could ask questions to, it was nice in a way that it could be self-guided. And if you didn't want to go on certain locations, you could just skip them and kind of go to the ones that sounded the most interesting to you. So I did just write down the old jail, drinks at the fountain, and shopping at Serendipity House with the date so that that's included on this layout. And I don't think I had the date on the first page, so now that it's incorporated on this companion page, I don't have to worry about it. I do have one more layout to cover of the homes tour, but it's more just pictures of me that my mom took in the downtown area and not really a location. So I wanted to make sure on these 2 layouts you've seen so far, there were locations that were logged. So I have that. And I really think I'm almost done at this point. I want a finishing touch. I am going to go and add that butterfly with the thread bundle now. But even with that, I kind of felt like I was missing that kind of tiny finishing touch that I like to do on my layouts. And I thought, again, I would go back to the wood veneer. I've really been swapping between Nuvo Drops and Enamel Dots and wood veneer on the layouts this month, but for this one I thought some wood veneer hearts would be a really cute touch. So I go around and I think I only add 3. I had 2 down by the deer and 1 up there by the bird, but I think it's just kind of a perfect little final touch. So I think those turn out really well. So I'm going to get those glued down, and then that's pretty much it. This is a pretty simple layout, but I really like layouts like this where you can get multiple photos down and still have big clustery clusters. So I love how this one ended up. Here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.